So you might be curious how you can take a Google form and turn it into a self-grading quiz. So I'm going to show you that with a quiz that I actually had some fictitious students take. So I'm going to pretend I'm a teacher, it's in the afternoon, and I'm ready to grade the quiz that my students took. So what I have to do is first go to the Documents library and find my quiz. Here's my quiz at the top, Punnett Squares, so I'm going to click on that. And I notice that I've had a number of students take the quiz, so now I want to grade it. Well, the first thing that I need to do is I need to take the quiz as a teacher and make sure that there's sort of an answer key answer. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Form, and I'm going to go to the live form, and I'm going to put in the real answer. So Mr. Wood, I took it first period. This first one, that's the correct answer for given Gene. I put that. So what I'm doing is I'm just going through and I'm answering the questions correctly. So once I have those, I click Submit, and it says your response has been recorded. So the teacher answer is there, and if I look at the bottom of the spreadsheet, I see that, oh, there's an answer right there from Mr. Wood, so it actually came through. So if you look at the top of the sheet, I've actually graded this before, and the way that I know that is there's a word right here that says Flubaroo, and chances are in your form it's not there because you haven't graded it before. So in order to get this installed, what you need to do is go to Tools and go to the Script Gallery. And when you go to the Script Gallery, you type in the word Flubaroo and you hit Search, and you'll notice that there's a little button down here in the lower right corner that says Install. So I click on Install. Now, I'm getting a little error message, and I'm pretty sure that's because I've actually done this before on this document. So you'll click Install and it'll take you through some steps. But in my case, once you've gone through those steps, this little word Flubaroo will show up right here. And you want to grade the assignment. And so when you grade the assignment, at some point you're going to get this, I jokingly refer to it as the red box of death because it looks kind of scary, but it's not. You just want to say, okay, yes, I want to use that script. And it'll say close, now you can. So then you just want to run it again. So I go Flubaroo, grade assignment. And so the first thing that Flubaroo will do is it'll actually look at all of the data on your sheet and says which of the following questions are questions that identify students versus questions that are worth points. So it has automatically recognized for me that these 5 are questions. The period is really a student identifier, and so is first name. So I click Continue. Now the second thing it's going to say is, okay, which one of the answers or which one of the rows is the correct answer? And so I'll have a list of students that I can choose from, and somewhere in that list of students I should actually see Mr. Wood. So as I look down through these, there's Mr. Wood, so I'm going to put a little check mark there and click Continue. And so it's actually grading my assignment. And as it grades the assignment, it creates a new tab within the spreadsheet. And it brings over all of the question information along with the student information. So if I look right here, I can see that here's my student list right down the middle. And as I look across the data, it looks like Sue and Alexander are struggling with the content a little bit because Sue only scored 60% of the quiz and Alexander only scored 40%. Also, as I scroll across and look at the questions, I notice that the class overall is struggling with this particular question because they only got a 57%. So if I were to use this to drive instruction, what I might do is when the kids come into class is sort of reteach this part of the lesson because maybe this is the part that the class really seems to be struggling with. And then when the kids move on to independent practice, maybe do a small little mini lesson with Sue and Alexander to sort of catch them up on the things that they may have missed in the original instruction. So that's just a quick little tutorial of how you can use Flubaroo to turn one of your forms into a self-grading quiz.